and welcome back to Cuckoo for Books. My name is Salva and today I do have another haul for you guys. This is going to be my summer haul! Now that summer is officially ended because rain outside my window right now, I decided to compile all of the books that I got. First book I'm hauling would be The May Queen Murders by Sarah Jude. It's a murder mystery. It's set in a small town that believes in all these kinds of superstitions. Next book I hauled is Outrun the Moon by Stacey Lee. I've been waiting for this book to come out for quite some time. It's about a Chinese girl in 1900 San Francisco who starts school at this all-girls, I'm presuming all-white school, and then the big earthquake hits. I love books with Asian protagonists. I also love historical fiction, and American historical fiction is not something that I read a lot of, so I'm very excited to start this. Next up, another book I've been waiting for the longest time is Anne Blankman's follow-up series slash novel. I don't know if this is a standalone to her first series, Prisoner of Night and Fog. Her follow-up is set in England and it's called Traitor Angels. It's set in the era of Charles II, which again is not an era I really have any knowledge of. When I read English history, I'm usually with the Tudors or the Victorian era. It's told from the point of view of John Milton's daughter, and I believe that John Milton wrote Paradise Lost. I don't know anything about this era, clearly, but that makes me even more excited to learn about this, and I know that Anne Blankman is an amazing writer. It's one of those times where you're so excited to read a book, not just because of the plot, but because you know the author is such a dang good writer that you can't see what she's cooked up. My next book is something that I've already read and reviewed, and you can watch my review of this book right over here, and it is The Crown by Kira Cass. It's the last book of the selection series. All you need to know, if you don't know what it is by now, there's no sense really trying to rehash the entire story for you, but if you want to know more, just click on my review. Still on the topic of more historical fiction, but this time we're going back to an era that I'm very familiar and comfortable with. Catherine of Aragon, The True Queen by Alison Ware. She's written like a billion books on the subject. I've never read one of her books. They seem so friggin' intimidating because they are big chunky ones. This one clocked in at around 600 pages, but I am proud to say that I've already read it. I just finished it yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago, and I loved it. It makes me want to go back and read all the Alison Ware novels now. Another book that I've been very excited for, I've been waiting a year for this, and it is the follow-up to the first Lois Lane novel by Gwen DeBon, and this is Lois Lane Double Down. I'm not gonna lie, every time I hear this title I think of a burger. Was it Wendy's that did it, or was it KFC? One fast food joint did a burger named Double Down, and every time I read this or see the title, that's all I can think about, and it makes me very hungry. Shameless plug, if you want to see me in my early booktuber days, i.e. last year, you can watch my review of the first novel over here. Next up is an ARC that I won a few days ago. I attended the Amy and Andrea and PH book signing, and National Bookstore was giving away ARCs throughout the whole signing, and all you had to do was tweet your answers and then they picked random winners. And so I got an ARC of The 1000th Floor by Catherine McGee, Manhattan 2118. I've heard people call it like Gossip Girl, dystopian. It comes out August 30, 2016, so I hope to have read it by then. Next up is a book I've wanted to read for a very long time. I always felt like I would never end up reading it. I absolutely love the film version. It was one of my favorite films, and it is The Help by Catherine Stockett. I decided it was about time I read the dang book. I'm very excited to read this. Let's be honest, I don't know when I will, but I will. I promise you that. Next up is a middle grade book by one of my favorite authors. She's actually one of my auto-buy authors, and it is Flunked by Jen Kalanita. I still don't know how to pronounce her name. It's about a villain who gets sent to fairy tale reform school. It's middle grade, so it should be an easy read. It reminds me of the Ever After High books. Next up is another book that I have again also already read, Royalties, Strangest Characters, Extraordinary but True Stories from 2,000 Years of Mad Monarchs and Raving Rulers by Jeff Tibbles. Funny name. I didn't love the book. I didn't hate it. It was just a meh book. Some of the stories clearly needed more research. I like to pretend I'm a historian, and I like debunking history books. Next up is a YA collection, and I noticed that I didn't have a lot of YA books this haul. I got the complete Burn for Burn trilogy by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian. I got this whole trilogy at a discounted price from my friend JM, who also blogs over at Book Freak Revelations. It's just a series that I've always wanted to read. It's contemporary, which I'm trying to get more into. Thank you, JM, for that, for giving it to me at a discounted price. I sound like a salesman. Next book I am very, 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 very happy to have bought, and it is No Love by Kate Evangelista. And I'm very excited. It sounds like a fun read. I haven't read it yet because I'm silly and I'm stupid and I'm lame. But it's a story about a rich guy who needs a fake girlfriend, so he gets a poor girl to be his girlfriend, and then they say, no love allowed, we're just faking this, and clearly they might fall in love. Ooh! So I was also over the summer able to visit the only Amazon bookstore in the world, which is in Seattle, Washington. I tried just to have one book because luggage problems. I just stuck with The Family Romanov, Murder, Rebellion, and the Fall of Imperial Russia by Candace Fleming. I read this, finished it on the ride home, and this book just made me so angry. The book is very anti-imperial family. The author doesn't even try to pretend like she's taking an unbiased view. She just keeps hating on them and portraying them in such an ugly way. There are some things there that are definitely proven, but the way she wrote the characters out and explained and described, it was just very anti-Romanov. But I'm very excited because then I have the next book, which I will haul. More Romanovs! Romanovs! That's it, that's the name of the book. The Romanovs by Simon Seb... This font does not make for easy reading. By Simon Sebag Montefiore. Instead of just focusing on the last Romanov family, it covers the entire dynasty. Next up, I got Beware That Girl, which takes place at an exclusive school, and there's secrets and there's lies, and apparently we're supposed to beware that girl. I always see it on the recommended shelves. It's always on Epic Read's Twitter account, and you know me, I love secrets and lies and exclusive school settings. Last one is probably the book I'm most excited for. Now, A Court of Mist and Fury came out a while back. I never bought it because I wanted to reread the first novel in Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses over again to be able to review it. I've never done a vlog review of it. Anyway, I was like, maybe I should just get it. It's already there, but something in me kept saying no, 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 and now I know why. Because one day I was at Target, went to the book section out of curiosity, and found the special Target edition of A Court of Mist and Fury. 20% off. But this has an exclusive short story, which I remember Sarah J. Maas talking about. When I saw this, I was like, now I know why I never bought it, because something in me was telling me to wait for the Target edition. And I never get the bonus editions because we don't have a lot of bonus editions here in the Philippines because we don't have Target or Barnes & Noble, so we never get those cool things. I've been hearing nothing but goodness about it, and also nothing but spoilers, so I'm hoping to read it before I completely get overwhelmed by all of the spoilers online. And that about does it for my summer book haul. I realized I didn't shoot it outside like last year, but it's because summer has already ended and it is now raining. You can follow me on my other bookish adventures on Instagram and Twitter, both at Cuckoo for Books. Please subscribe. I will see you guys next Sunday or sooner for my next video. Bye guys!